Imagine a world where clean air and fresh water is a privilege and extreme weather events occur constantly. It's not your imagination, it's becoming real life. And if we do not try to stop it as soon as possible, then our world will be completely changed and completely different as we know it today. And the world that we love and we care about will not be the same. I'm here to advocate for an issue that is so taken advantage of and taken for granted of by the people of this world because of simple things that you can do to prevent this that people don't do because of many reasons, because of laziness, because of knowledge, not having knowledge about it, and also because of they don't really care. And the fact is, some people just don't care about climate change, and it is such a huge issue in this world that we can't afford for people to not care about it, because it takes every single person, all of us, to help this world become a better place in the future. I'm here to advocate for climate change because I care deeply about it, and I want you to also care about it so we can come together as a world to help this so we can have a better future for our kids and our grandkids in the future generations. The issue is right at our fingertips, and there are ways that we can slow it down, or we could even try to stop it, even if that's not possible. According to climate.gov, Earth's temperature has risen by an average of 0.11 degrees Fahrenheit per decade since 1850. That is insane. Can you even think about that in the future and the years stacking up, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? That could amount to so much. We need to drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and there are ways that we can do that in this world. One of them is transitioning to renewable energy sources. An example of that is using, light to power your TV, to power your electricity, and, to power just a lot of things. Like, it doesn't even have to be in your home. It can be in businesses, it can be in anything. We can even be using light to be used to be powering the electricity in this dorm that I'm in right now. It's not just one person, it's not just one house. We need to advocate for so many other, buildings and houses and, corporations to move to light energy and using that as a way to, help reduce those greenhouse gas emissions. We can also promote sustainable transportation, which is kind of like the other thing that I said with, moving to renewable energy sources, but in this particular thing that I'm talking about, it's about transportation. Normal cars that use gas and put all that gas out into the world, it's super bad for our climate, and it's a huge part of why our climate has been changing so rapidly today. There's electric cars such as Tesla, and some main cars that use gas are even transitioning to some electric. We need to start making those cars cheaper, and we need to start advocating for people to start using those electric cars to start helping our society get to the point where we're not nearly putting out as much greenhouse gas as we are as today. We could also implement sustainable agricultural practices by using organic compost and matter, but also using smarter farmer tools and renewable energy. Like I said before, we can also use electric tools to help our farming, and it'll stop the output of greenhouse. It won't stop it. There will always be people that use gas to power their vehicles, but one by one we could stack up and try to help reduce that. And that's another thing that we can do to help reduce that. NASA.com states that the global sea level rose about 8 inches in the last century. Just like I said before, with the plus 11, the heat that has been stacking over the years, if you keep stacking these years, this can turn into a huge issue, like it already is today, but way bigger. We need to do everything we can to prevent or even slow this down if preventing isn't possible. We need to stop using hard surfaces to prevent water from permeating into the ground, leading to erosion, which will stop, it won't stop, but it will prevent some water from rising. And, if everyone starts doing this on beaches and different land areas of water, then we can come together one by one and even just help just to start stacking these ways to prevent the water from rising every year. We can also reduce energy use by, there's a lot of ways you can do this in your house, easy ways that you can help the environment. When I'm done here today giving the speech, I'm going to turn off the lights in this dorm room because it will reduce the energy that is going out into this world. When I'm leaving my dorm, I like to remove my cords and unplug all of my stuff so that it's not permitting this energy back into the electricity and putting it out into the world. It's just slight things that you can do to help prevent stuff coming together and hurting this world. And if we all come together and do slight things like that, our lives can be greatly changed, and our kids and our grandchildren's lives will be better than we could ever thought. Wildlife in Antarctica they survive off the ice and the climate that it provides. It's how they live. It's how they survive. Once that ice starts to melt and conditions start to get warmer, the animals won't be able to adapt to that, and they will slowly start to die off, will lead to extinction, which we've seen many animals and wildlife do in the past, and it's still going on now. We need to help prevent this from happening because, these wildlife and these creatures, they help and give our world such a variety of different, things, and they help our world so deeply. So we need to come together and help these wildlife not die. Overall, this can be a huge problem for our society in the near future, and we need to protect our environment before it is too late. Do you really want your kids and your grandchildren living in such a horrible climate situation? You don't want to be the reason that your kids grow up and start doing the things that will end up saving our beautiful world we all love and we care about. Thank you.